Si.
Erin.
Hola.
Erin.
Bonjour.
All right, our levels are good. And if you're listening, then...
Wait, it started?
Yeah, it started.
Oh, I didn't know.
Welcome to the Once Upon a Time in Huntsville podcast, hosted by me, Sampley. And if you heard her voice, well, I guess I already said your name 3 times, then you might know who this Erin is. This is...
Your roommate.
And wife.
Roommate
let's
first.
go up front with that. My wife, my beautiful wife. Trying to get some points in there. Erin Baranaga.
Erin Ashley Baranaga.
Erin Ashley Evans Baranaga. You know, Erin and I actually... Erin for the longest time wanted me to change my last name. But
couldn't get him to do it.
Yeah,
No.
I put my foot down on that one. So welcome to today's episode of the podcast. Last week, if you tuned in, you heard me talk to Anthony Sales, who is a local actor here in Huntsville. And today I just thought, instead of interviewing another boring actor, I could talk to someone who not only has insight into what an actor's life is, but insight into me as a human being. And that's my wife. She's back on the show. I think you've been on. I think you're the, if you even count as a guest.
What does that mean?
I just meant like, I don't know.
That sounded bad.
I feel like you're above a guest. Then you're the most. If we are counting you as a guest, then you, I believe, have been in the most episodes of this podcast.
Like, what would I be called instead of a guest?
I don't know.
I'm trying to understand what you mean. But it's
See,
fine.
this is what marriage is. They just pick apart your brain until you're just like completely useless. And then next thing you know, you're just doing their bidding. So what do you want to talk about? Let's talk about some NFL football. Bum, 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 dun, dun, dun. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. So did you watch the playoffs this weekend?
No.
Yeah, neither did I.
Why you look mad about it?
I just didn't get to. You made me go shopping with you.
Shopping?
We had to go look at shoes for 4 hours.
We have not done that. What?
I don't know. They'll believe.
You mean when we went to Costco yesterday?
I'm an actor. They'll believe whatever I say. They won't believe you. You're just a person.
Oh, so I'm a person instead of a guest.
Yeah. How's your week been? Erin
Why do you make everything so awkward?
Erin and I don't talk during the week because I make her save it for the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like, I'm on once every 2 months or something.
Yeah, it helps that we sleep in separate rooms.
Yeah.
I'm just like, no, save it. I don't want to hear about your day at work. Save it for the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, the last time I had you on was for when we watched Jurassic Park together. Remember that? That was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, we did that in 2 parts, didn't we?
Yeah, we did part 1, and then it took us like 2 months to do part 2.
And we legitimately did not finish the movie until part 2.
Yeah.
Like, it was like 2 months.
Yeah. Oh. I don't know if the listener heard that, but someone died upstairs. Someone just had a heart attack and died.
Anyways.
So yeah. We went to Disney. That happened.
Did it really, or was that a dream?
I don't know. It felt like a dream. I keep getting mad every time I wake up in my bed here. I'm just like, no, I want to be back in Orlando. No, but Disney was awesome. How would you describe the trip in one word?
Perfect.
Perfect. There's no such thing as perfect except for our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Magical.
Aaron, magical. That's
not really any better.
No, that's better, I would say.
Magic isn't real.
Well, to some people it's not. To
Listen,
muggles,
it was
it's
both.
not.
It was both perfect and magical.
It was being serious. It was an amazing trip. I feel like Disney. There's two types of people that go to Disney, and I said this to you during the trip. There's the person that is having the time of their life, and then there's the person that is living essentially is in hell. You will walk
Yeah.
by a person that has the biggest smile on their face, and they're walking hand in hand with their girlfriend or wife, and then you just will cross, a couple arguing with each other, or a baby screaming its head off,
True.
or an old man complaining that his feet hurt.
And he's been forced to wear one of those shirts,
Yeah.
like matching shirts with his wife.
Yeah. Or he's looking for his wife. He can't find her.
Yeah.
And there's a part of him that maybe hopes that maybe he won't find her.
But do you relate to that?
No, I had a blast. We're in the... What's the opposite of ladder?
Opposite of what?
Ladder. You know when you say, like, the ladder? That's the last thing that I said.
Yeah.
So I agree with the first group, which was... we were the first. I'll just say that. We were the
Okay.
happy group.
Okay.
No, Disney was a lot of fun.
It was a blast.
Do you want to share any certain stories or anything?
I
I feel like pretty much the entire trip was pretty normal.
I love how you ask a question and then like you answer your own question.
Yeah. It is my show.
Okay. Wait, did you say pretty normal?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It just means it went smoothly.
Oh, so like perfect.
No, that's not... No, wait. Normal does not equate to perfect.
But smoothly is almost.
Showing your
Anyways,
ego.
normal just makes it sound like we had an average time.
That's not true. We were safe. Oh, you want to talk about the ride back?
Oh yeah, that was but that
Okay,
wasn't
we
the
were still
trip.
safe,
that was just the way back. So
Yeah,
that
was just
didn't
the way
count.
back. Yeah.
So we
Are
had
you
this.
gonna tell it?
Yeah, I was about to start.
I was gonna let you.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. You have to communicate that. So, we stayed in this hotel, the last night we were there after
Yeah.
Epcot, and woke
That
up
makes
the next
it sound
morning.
like we could only afford one night. The rest of the trip, we slept in our car.
Oh, well then explain.
No, I'm just joking. No one thought that.
Okay.
No. We stayed in a condo prior to all that with
Yeah.
my family since they were already down there
Yeah.
for a separate trip that they were doing.
But we stayed an extra day.
But
so
they left and we stayed an extra day and we slept
Yeah.
in the hotel. I'm sorry.
So you asked me to tell stories and then you interrupt them.
Yeah.
So we woke up the next morning. We kind of woke up late, but since Florida is an hour ahead of Alabama, we were like, oh, we'll still make it home like 7:00 or so.
Yeah.
So get in the car, check out of the hotel, then get in the car, get everything all ready, and you try to start the engine in your car, and it won't start. And I think we both kind of figured it was the battery.
Yeah.
Because I guess of what had happened when you're getting your oil changed, and that was a whole nother story that I won't get into.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But
when I was getting my oil changed, I guess like my lights were on automatic, and the battery died while the oil was getting changed, and that had never happened to me before. But the guy said that was normal, which I don't think is. If
No.
that happens to you, go get. That probably means you need a new battery.
yeah, because it took like 15 minutes
Yeah.
to get your oil
That's the guy that
changed.
kept calling me buddy. Like every sentence, he kept calling me buddy. It's okay
Yeah.
if you call me buddy once or twice, but once you do it like 5 times in a row,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, I am then not your buddy.
Yeah.
But anyways.
True. So, it's like that
very
ref
unchristian.
that ref that called you buddy on the soccer field.
No,
he was trying to be condescending.
He was like, okay, buddy. And I was just like, that's another story.
Yeah. Anyways, too many stories.
He knows what he did.
Do we even know his name?
No, he's just a ref.
Just
He's
a
a
ref.
volunteer ref
That's
for
true.
an indoor soccer league Erin and I played in.
Yeah. He was never really.
He was always in the
Nice.
way. He would never call the right thing, or he would call
Mhm.
something.
He would never accept if he was wrong too.
And it's like he was trying to be a ref like as if we were in like the World Cup. Like,
Yeah,
we were
it
just
was
trying to,
like-
have fun and stuff.
Like after every time he would just take way too long, and then everybody would be screaming at him, "Can we just play?
Yeah,
can we
can
please just play?"
Like he was arguing with the other ref.
Like he could never be wrong. Like it was
Yeah.
just like I don't
Let me say
care.
this while it's on my mind. Okay, so I went in for goal, which I am not a goalie, but I'm not bad, right? Would you agree?
You're way better than me.
Okay, thank you. So I get in goal, and I think at that point we were down 3 or 4. So in my mind, I'm like, I just want to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I'm in goal, I'm not gonna save it and then just like get rid of it. I'm gonna like roll it on the ground, like play it, push up, like have fun, have fun and stuff like that. Anyway, so someone shoots and I stop it with my feet, and instead of picking it up, I decide to dribble a little bit, pass it, whatever. And so when the ball is further downfield, whenever I pass it, the ref is like, "Hey, you can pick the ball up with your hands, right?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I know. I'm just like having fun, And he was like, "Oh, well, it just seems like you don't know how to play goalie." And he said it like in that like matter-of-fact way. Like he was being rude to me. And I was just like, I was kind of like taken aback. So I was like, "Well, okay, buddy." And he was like, "Okay, buddy." Like he like mimicked me. And I was just like, what is this guy's problem? Like I was like just having fun. And then later in the second half, one of their players fouled me, right?
Mm-hmm.
You remember this? I had the ball and he ran over me from behind. And everyone stops because they were waiting for a foul to be called. And the ref didn't call a foul. He said, "There's no foul." And we're all just like, what? Even the guy who fouled me said, "No, I fouled him." And then he still didn't call anything. And do you remember Cade was like, "Are you not calling that foul just because?"
Yeah.
So I don't know his name. I wouldn't say his name on the podcast anyway. But if you're volunteering, you're not making any money for reffing soccer, and that's like where you derive your power from.
Yeah,
I guess in a way we should pray for him because that's pretty sad.
And what did I say about him?
You said no because his wife came and like to watch him and was like cheering him on, and he was reffing. Yeah, the entire
you're
time.
Reffing.
Never played. That was also kind of weird. I don't know.
Because she took up like a whole like, you know how like you kind of scoot to the edge in that little the little dugout kind of area, like to make room for other people. She just like took up a whole section, just had her stuff spread out, was leaning across the whole like bench thing, and me the whole time I was just like, can you please move out of the way for the people that are actually playing and like need to get in, like the need game to need to see watch the game. But no, say what I said about
No, what'd you say?
I said you can't take it personally from a guy whose wife is wearing a trench coat. Oh yeah,
that was also kind of weird. Yeah,
I was
never trust a person who's wearing a trench coat. That
like
is
it was all the way to the floor.
It
was all the way to the floor. I was like, so what is she hiding?
Yeah, honestly, if I see a person walk into like a grocery store like with a trench coat, I'm turning around the other way and going to another. Well,
take it from somebody. When I had my freshman dorm, there would be this guy that would run up and down the halls in a trench coat, with with it like flailing behind him.
Although that guy scary. In Epcot that was wearing the trench coat and like the old timey detective hat, I'm gonna be honest, he could rock it.
Yeah, he did rock it.
Although it was kind of weird how he was just like standing like an NPC, like just watching people walk by.
He needed
he was like security, because Disney does have like security that dress up like normal people, but then again he was not dressed up like a normal person.
Yeah, he stood out.
He was dressed up like Robert Mitchum in a 1960s detective movie.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing, because he was with this guy that was just dressed in like shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah, and he looked older. It looked like his dad, maybe, because I don't know.
Anyways.
Weird character right there.
We totally went way off topic because we were telling the story about
That's the point of podcast, though.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, you don't listen to anyone.
Stop.
No, we were talking about how the car battery was dead in my Kia.
So, do you want to finish it, or do you want me to?
No. Let's make this a bit. We have nothing else to talk about.
It's very interesting. Yes.
I guess so.
Don't leave out the details.
Okay. So it's dead, right? We go to AutoZone, or no. The guy there, the maintenance man jumps it there. Doesn't speak a lick of English. Wait, what am I skipping?
Okay.
I'm getting to the good stuff. What do you?
You have to go through basically Okay, so you were parked. We already checked out of the hotel. We did not know what to do.
Okay,
You
you're
were
right.
already,
You're right. You're
you
right.
were
I know
already
what you're
parked in
saying.
this spot that basically like nobody was parked to the right of you because there was the median thing.
Yes.
And in front of you and to the left of you were two cars that we had no idea who the people were. Like it's a hotel. And
I forgot about that part.
So,
that was like really scary for a second. It's like, oh my word, how are we gonna get someone to jump this car?
How are we gonna get it jumped? Yeah, because like there's these two cars, we have no idea who they belong to.
So Erin and I go back inside. We ask because originally, remember, I had Geico.
Yeah, roadside assistance.
Roadside assistance that was gonna come. I already had contacted them.
Yeah.
They were gonna be there in like an hour or two. Knowing how that stuff works, it could have been 3-4 hours. And we go back to the front desk lady, and she says we can sit in there, of course. But then she goes, "Oh, do you just need like your battery jumped? Like the maintenance man can do that." Mm-hmm. She asks the very reluctant maintenance man to go jump her. He was like, you could just tell he was gonna do it, of course, but he was just like, "Ugh, really?" And so he goes and helps us. Doesn't speak a lick of English, which is fine.
Yeah. It's just hard to communicate.
Of course, yeah.
I don't.
Oh yeah, and like we go out there, he sees where our car is. He goes back inside and miraculously finds the guy who was parked in front of us.
Yes.
Who also didn't speak any English.
Yes.
And so like that was amazing because one, he could go in there and be like, you know, whose car is parked in front of this. And like if the maintenance man was just speaking English, or maybe the other guy did speak English, but he talked to us in Spanish when he moved his car.
And I was just like, you know.
So the odds of that happening were very slim, but thank God that the guy was eating breakfast and didn't like happily moved his car for us.
Didn't he come out barefoot too?
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
because he was eating breakfast downstairs.
Yeah,
he just came out barefoot.
Which is weird because there's so many germs in a hotel room.
Yeah, that was kind of gross.
Think about that. But anyways. Remember, it took a while for them to jump the car, actually. And then this other guy, a guest there that was leaving, saw the maintenance man, like, helped him or whatever.
He went and rehooked one of
the cables, and while I was trying to start it, it starts...
Revs the maintenance man's car's engine. Right. And, like, was speaking to him in Spanish, and that guest, too, was only spoke Spanish.
Yeah.
So he came over to us. He came over to us and was like trying to talk really fast in Spanish, and I was just like, you know, no habla español. Like
and I just like held up my translucent arm so he could see how wide I was. He was like, "Oh yeah, he doesn't speak any Spanish. He only speaks English."
So eventually we figure out what he's trying to tell us to do. So I don't know if it would have started if he hadn't come by, honestly.
Probably not.
Because I don't think the maintenance man was really doing it right.
No, I don't. Yeah, and I didn't want to tell him because I was watching him do it, and I was like, because I think the one I don't know. I don't want to hate on the guy too much, but he did, I guess, end up helping us because he did have cables and stuff. But anyways, we get it on. We go to AutoZone. I go in there. You stay in the car. I say, "Hey, I need a new battery. My battery's dead. I just had it jumped off." And they install it for free. That's why we went there. And the guy also was very reluctant, but he sent someone out there to do it for us. We get our battery in. We're off on the road. And like halfway there, I want to say, a little light came on. Do you remember? It was like the traction light. Yeah. And the accelerator's kind of weird or whatever. I'm just like, that's weird. Maybe, I'm going to be honest. I don't know much about cars. So I'm just thinking... This could either be something or nothing, but it was fine. The car didn't like stall or stop. So
we're like, let's just make it home because we left Orlando at 10:00, and that's I mean, it was 9:00 Alabama time, but it's still really a lot later.
So we get back safely, thank God. And the next morning, when I try to start my car, it is dead. And honestly, so much happened. Erin, I don't know what happened. No, wait, no.
Messy.
No, the brake lights were on.
Yeah, the next morning I walk out to go to work.
You come back. No, did you call me? No, you called me. Yeah.
No, literally, I saw your lights on, and I was kind of in a daze because we got back really late the night before, and I was just like rushing to get to work and get there on time. I pull out, and I'm about to pull out on the road, and my brain goes, that's not right. Like, something's not right. So I turn back around, come back down our apartment's parking lot, and realized that your taillights were on.
Yeah.
Like, my brain, like, caught it before, like, I processed it and thought it through.
You have just a very late and weak spidey sense.
I do. Yeah. It makes me sound dumb.
You could be shot, and then a week later, you'd be like, wait a second.
Yeah, literally.
This is not right.
I know. Everybody knows that I'm like, it takes me a second to process things sometimes. So, so yeah, I go and I like park in the middle of the parking lot. Like, I just stop my car and get out, and I go to see if your car is on because, like, you know, like, honestly, I've done that before. So which we won't talk
Didn't
about.
you say you thought I was in it? Maybe
I was like,
even though you just said goodbye.
Yeah,
to me,
yeah. That's why how much of a daze I was in, because I was like,
what if I was though? That'd be creepy.
I was like, did he like just gotta leave? Like, what's happening? And no, but I like went over and nothing was on. I couldn't get in the door because it was locked. But I was like, nothing is on. It's just the tail lights are on and brake light.
When does the guy come in?
And so then I'm standing there, kind of like confused, inspecting your car, and this guy from the apartment building across from ours, like, leans out of his window, shirtless, might I add.
6:30 in the morning, right?
It's like 7, yeah. 7 o'clock in the morning.
6:30 makes it sound better though, since it's earlier.
Okay,
makes
so
it sound weirder.
I didn't want to say I was leaving at 6:30. What if one of my coworkers was listening to this and they were like, "You were not leaving at 6:30, Erin."
Listen to this.
Anyways, so yeah, like, look, he starts yelling something and I could not understand him, so I was like, "What?" And I walk a little closer and he's like, "Was that car broken into?" And I was like, "No." He was like, "Was it broken into?" And I was like, "No." Like, I had to say no like 3 times. And he goes, I said, "This is my husband's car. I'm trying to figure out why his taillights are on." And he goes, "Oh yeah, they've been on since 3 o'clock this morning." And he said something else I couldn't understand. And I was just like, okay.
Probably something vaguely racist. Like,
yeah, probably. I was like, okay.
Okay.
I think I said this before, but I was like, I didn't say it to him. I was like, I don't have time to ask you and try to figure out why or how you know that these taillights came on at 3 o'clock this morning. I just don't want to know.
He was breaking into it. That's what.
But honestly, I'm like, how would you have known that? So I call Sampley, or get in my car, call Sampley. I'm like running late at this point. I was just like, "Hey, I don't know what's going on with your car, but your taillights are on, your brake light's on. It looks like you're in it, but the car's not on." And so I guess you get out and investigate. So
not immediately.
That's true. It was like a little bit. You were kind of done. Like,
yeah, I think I laid in bed and just like stood at the ceiling for 40 minutes.
It was a while before you texted me.
I'm not even joking.
Because I kept checking my phone. I was like, he hasn't texted me about what it is yet.
I was just like, why? So anyways, this is where I take over. I take it over to a place. I'm not going to say where. Or should I? To warn people.
It doesn't matter.
They did a bad job.
Yeah.
So maybe I shouldn't throw them under the bus. Or car. That's weak
bad.
pun. No, it was Express over by what road is that off of? It's by the Walmart. If you live in
Drake?
People don't even know that if they live in Huntsville.
Drake Avenue?
Yes, it's off of Drake. Don't go there unless to get your oil changed. Although I'm not going there to get my oil changed because that guy called me buddy a lot, and also maybe could have given me a heads up about my battery being metal.
My guy was really good.
Your guy was really good.
He did tell me, he was like, "Go ahead and turn off your lights just in case, you know."
Yeah, but anyways, I took it over there just because I remember one time when I was getting my oil changed, they fixed something for me just real fast, and they did it really cheaply. So I go over there and I'm like, "Hey, my brake lights are on. Could you?" And I figured they had a code reader, which they did. They checked the codes. They were like, "Man, we don't really see anything, but we think it's your brake is not going up all the way, or whatever." So I'm like, "Okay." So they fix it. Costs like $50, $60. Not too bad. But then the next day, I wake up, go out there. It's dead. Try to jump it. Doesn't work. I'm looking all on Google and stuff to see what maybe it is. I'm thinking maybe it's the alternator. I call my dad, who knows a lot about cars. He's like, "It could be the alternator. I don't know. Let me come." check. My brother Cade, who lives at the same complex, came and looked at it, and trying to think what he contributed. No, I'm just joking. I think sometimes he does listen, so I wanted to get that zing in there. No, he helped a lot. I think me and him tried to jump it again. It didn't work. And then we had to have it towed, taken to a mechanic, and they put a new alternator in. That's what they said it was. I think it's fixed. It's driving okay from the place. Next day, it's dead again.
Yes.
This is where I start
to lose your mind.
This is when I start Googling ricin and trying to figure out if it's a painful death. No, I'm just joking. No, this is where I just start to... I'm at this point where I'm accepting that whatever I've done, I guess I have to atone for it. Probably marrying you.
Probably. That has to be
No. Then, oh my word, that whole thing was a whole day. Just getting the battery out of the car because I had my ratchet
extender.
I went out and bought one. Wasn't long enough. Thankfully, your dad let me borrow one. Go in the next, because at that point I'm too exhausted. Because it was late at night when we finally went over there, and it was freezing cold, and it was dark, and we dropped a lug nut inside of the car. Which, by the way, I'm pretty sure I shot out of it yesterday when I was driving the car.
Are you serious?
Pretty sure it was really
I was
loud.
wondering what happened to that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So spoiler alert, the car ends up working again. Anyways, we get the battery out, go test it. AutoZone tells me it's a faulty battery. I get it. They swap it out for a new one. I go put it in, and it's worked fine ever since. And then I get the brakes done. And then, on top of all that car trouble this week, Erin and I went to go pick up my brother Vaughn's Volkswagen Passat halfway in Nashville.
What's the license plate number?
What?
What's the license plate number? Go ahead and give that too.
Wait, I have a picture of it. Here's his social too. Here's his location. And we meet Vaughn halfway. Oh yeah, and we had COVID last week.
Yeah, we also had COVID. This has all happened in the past 2 weeks since we've gotten back.
Had COVID, yeah.
Among other
that's
things.
why we really want to go back to Disney. But
yeah.
Anyways, we meet Vaughn halfway. Of course, that's what a brother does. He'd do it for me. Take the car back. The next day, my car is being fixed over at Firestone. The brakes are being redone, so I don't have a car for the next couple hours. I figure, hey, I'm going to take Vaughn's car out to run a couple errands. He won't mind. I have never been, audio listener, I have never been in a wreck in my entire life. I am going off onto Carl T. Jones. If you're in Huntsville, you know where that is. But anyways, I'll explain it for people who don't live in Huntsville. I'm just essentially pulling up to go to pull right, but it's a yield. Stoplights everywhere, on each side. I look over to my left. The cars are not coming straight on, but I look forward, and the cars are pulling to go into that lane. And it's not one of those yields where you yield into your own separate lane. You yield into
ongoing traffic.
The only yes, thank you, onto oncoming traffic. And I could not go. And right as I came to a full stop, that happened. That's going to sound a lot louder than it did.
Okay, I was like, wow.
It just sounded like a tap. No, it was bam. My whole body is rocked forward. I'm instantly, the wind is taken out of me. I peed a little bit. No, I didn't pee, but I'm honestly
in Vaughn's car. Vaughn, there's another thing we have to tell you.
Yeah. You're gonna have to have that material done. No, I am rocked forward, and I look behind me, and a giant red truck is behind me that's just slammed into the back of this Volkswagen Passat. He's motioning me to pull over, and so we pull over into the CVS. He gets out, knocks on my window. I really can't talk at the moment just because my breath is completely taken out. So I'm like trying to breathe. I give him the one finger, just the pointer finger.
I was like, the what?
No, I give
you
him
did
the pointer
what
finger
to this old
to
man?
be like, hey. Well, he did just dip me. But no, I give him the pointer finger and just be like, hey, just 1 second. I open the door. I get out. He goes, are you okay? I say, I'm fine. Just the wind was knocked out of me. I have a headache. I'm kind of sore. Because it's so weird when you get hit. You're just immediately sore.
Yeah.
And thankfully, the old man, who probably honestly shouldn't be driving. Well, I don't want the insurance people. They'll never find this podcast.
Mm-mm.
They'll be okay. I can say that. Probably shouldn't have been driving. He was very apologetic. The damage was not as bad as I thought it would be. I thought the entire back end of the car was going to be destroyed. It was just a pretty bad dent. And we talk. And wait, did I tell you this part? So he's handing me all of his insurance stuff. He gets back in his car. We say our goodbyes. Then he comes back out, and he knocks on the door. I open it. He goes, what's your name? And I was like, oh, my name is Sampley. And he goes, what? He goes, what? And I go, oh, my name is Sampley. Sample with a Y. Sampley? No, Sampley. Sample with a Y. You know, I'm really enunciating and saying that loud so you can hear me. He goes, okay, is that your last name? And I was like, no, that's my first name. He was like, what's your last name? And I was like, Baranaga. He goes, you're going to have to write that down for me. I was like, yeah, okay. So I write it down for him, give him my number just in case. And he was like, sorry about your brother's car. And I was like, yeah. And so that was fun. Hopefully. And then, no, I remember you called me later in the day, I think.
It was within the hour.
I think, and I was like, I swear, if she calls me, it is like, hey, my car won't start.
I called you before or as I was leaving work.
And immediately after that happened, Josh Peterson texted me and asked if I wanted to have lunch because he was.
Who was Josh Peterson?
What?
Explain who Josh Peterson is.
He's been on the podcast.
Oh, okay. Well, it's just say my friend. These people are just going to know who Josh Peterson is.
They'll obviously know yes, Josh Peterson is my friend. He's been on the podcast. We did an episode on Lord of the Rings. If you haven't, you should go listen to it if you haven't. That
was a long time ago.
He also married us. He did.
Yeah.
Do you not know who he is?
No.
I don't think it's as important.
It sounds funny the way you said he married us.
I was just going to thank him because I know he listens to every episode. So I don't really care what other people think. Yeah, he always tells me that he likes each episode and stuff.
That's really nice.
Yeah, it is. He also paid for my lunch right after all that happened. So thank you, Josh, for doing that. You're a saint.
I'm sorry I'm not good enough for you.
I don't know what that had to do with anything.
I'm just kidding. Anyway, so the car saga. Wait, do you have more to say? Oh, sorry, I just.
I don't think so. Did more happen?
Hopefully not.
It could be way worse, honestly.
Yeah.
I could have been thank God I was not seriously injured. Thank goodness. I don't know how he. He's a very old man. I'm surprised he didn't have something serious happen to him. So I was glad that he was okay too.
Yeah. I just remembered.
What?
You know how you were talking about how you were immediately sore because it's you still feel tense. Even right after it happens, you just are in panic mode because first of all,
in your head get louder.
the anticipation of seeing your car after you step out of it is
yes, it's terrifying.
Oh no!
Not the fact that I was just really mad that it was my brother's car.
Yeah. But the one very minor wreck I've been in before was 3 years ago, and I'm not going to go through the whole story.
Was that already with the lady?
Yes.
It was already 3 years ago?
Yeah, it was 2019. It was February 2019. Yeah, it was February 2019. Because that was a whole month of my life where my computer, something. Shush!
She spilled ramen noodles in bed. That's why you don't eat in bed, Erin.
I went there. You want to talk about eating on the couch?
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Anyways,
eating on the couch, eating on the bed is vastly different.
Okay, you're in a college house. If you don't want to go and sit and talk to people out in the living room or
Go in
kitchen.
your car.
Honestly, at that point, I probably did because I was so scared. But anyways, like all this stuff happened in my life. My phone broke. My laptop broke. Somebody passed away. I got in this car accident. Everything happened like once a week for like all 4 weeks of February. It was crazy. Yeah. It was just like, oh, what bad thing is gonna happen this week?
I stubbed my toe that week.
Yeah, that was so terrible for you. But no, I got into a very like 100% mutual accident. Me and this Russian professor on my campus backed into each other. Like met literally right in the middle of the parking lane. I guess that's what it's called. She's screaming all of a sudden at me, screaming that it's my fault. Like, clearly it's not. Like, there were so many witnesses, but you know how students are. They like run away. Like, you know, they don't, especially if that's their professor. Like, they don't want to, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I was like by myself. But anyways, she was like refusing to give me her insurance. I was like a sophomore in college. I was 20. I was like, this is my first accident. I don't even know what to do. Aww. But I just remember I was freaking out so bad. And I get on the phone. I call my dad, and I'm like bawling my eyes out, and I couldn't even tell. I couldn't even get the words out. And so I'm pretty sure my dad thought that like my car was totaled because it just ended up
just laying like on the ground in front of you. Like, yeah.
I was like not scream crying, but like I was like crying really hard. And
I'm gonna be honest, there have been a couple of times where you've called me scream crying. All of them have been like absolutely nothing is wrong in reality, and they are the funniest moments.
Well, yeah, it was actually, there was no damage to this lady's car, and I just had a very like minor bump and scratch on my car. Then my dad actually was able to pop back out because it was just like on the rear. It was on like the fender or whatever. I don't know.
Did you do it with a plunger? I've seen my dad do that before.
I think so. I was like in hysterics. So, I just was, and this lady freaked me out, like, too. So, why are you looking at?
What? I was just looking at the timer. How long have we been going?
Oh, you're just like,
I'm listening.
You're like, I'm done. Anyways, but no, that just reminded me of that, like the panic you're in, and then like for me, like bawling my eyes out, and my dad was like, "Oh my gosh, he probably thought I was like on the interstate, like, and I'm legit just in a parking lot." Anyways.
Hey guys, Sampley here, and I'm going to tell you why I use Anchor for my podcast, and it's simple, because it's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer or tablet, whatever the heck you're using. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on places like Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. And you can also make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Do it, or else we're going to have a problem. And I don't want to have a problem with you.
We should
Good
both.
Times.
We should both. I'll call my dad crying tomorrow and see what his reaction is, and you call your dad crying, and then we switch. I'll call your dad crying and see what he does, and then you call my dad crying and see what he does.
What would they even do?
I don't know. I don't know what your dad would do if I called him crying. He might just like slowly put the phone down.
He wouldn't even ask what I did.
Yeah, I think since you're a woman, my dad would like come. You know
Come
what I mean? But
meet me in my hysterics.
If I called your dad crying, he'd be like, he'll be fine.
Are you sure your dad wouldn't just give the phone to your mom?
No, you know what's funny? My dad wouldn't pick up the phone until 3 times, until it's been rung 3 times. No, I'm just joking. I love my dad. He helped me with all the car stuff.
Yeah.
Wow, we talked a lot of car stuff. We're at 38 minutes. You want to go till 45?
I mean, yeah, we don't need to put a specific time on when we need to stop.
I mean, okay. I mean, it is my podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, we need to talk.
Views I get.
They're all by me. I'm just kidding.
I know.
No, I'm kidding.
You should really name them different, like fake names instead of Erin 1, Erin 2, Erin 3.
Yes.
They still count as views, though.
Anyways, so we need to talk more about Disney because that's how this whole thing started.
Well,
and
what
then
about Disney? I said if you had any stories.
Yeah, we have plenty of stories. Remember Remember when we were in line for the Slinky Dog Dash and that old man?
That's not like a story. That's just like an old man was like just grumpy.
He was grumpy, but also the people in front of us definitely were cutting.
They were cutting, but at the same time, it's Disney World. The worker was not going to do anything
Yeah.
about it.
They want to
Like,
make everybody happy. But
really
it was
do.
just very inconvenient.
Which made me mad because we should have just cut the entire time we were there.
Yeah, for
Do
real.
anything
Well,
about it.
okay, how does a group of how does one person like end up being 7 people? You know what I mean? It's
that was ridiculous.
Okay,
but
that's
at the
like-
same time, like
of course I wouldn't do anything. I'm just like, okay. Like
I
you're
wouldn't
going to
do
get to
I
go.
wouldn't do anything if like 7 people just like came up out of nowhere and cut.
That's
in
true.
front of me.
I would- yeah.
That's when I would be like, hey, whoa, no, you need to get in the back line.
Yeah.
But the mom was there the entire time.
Yeah, waiting on them.
So which made me kind of just like, I'm not gonna get into a fight with some mom.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
'Cause
Like
they have the higher ground in that situation.
Yeah.
Because essentially the guy was like, who was behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Was like, hey, you guys can't be cutting in line. Nuh-uh. And they were like, yeah, sure, whatever, crazy old man.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'll get you. And then whenever we got to the part where we were supposed to tell the lady, oh, like, where are we next or whatever, he was like, hey, those people up there, they cut the line. She was like, okay, let me figure it out, which means
Let me make
okay,
sure
I'll
everybody's
just-
happy.
Yeah, exactly. Except for us, apparently, because then he got to cut in front of us.
Yeah,
So it's
she just
like,
basically let him go ahead of, like, I don't know, 2 people, which was us. So,
Yeah.
I was just like, I just didn't care. I just wanted to ride the ride at that point. But the most inconvenient part of
That whole part was a part of the ride, though, I think.
yeah, I think so too. No, the most inconvenient part was that you and I were trapped in between this old man and this group of people in front of us.
And his wife and daughter. It wasn't just one old man.
Yeah, it was the old man with his, and then the whole time he was just like, no one's going to do anything, so I have to do stuff
yeah,
about it. And it's
that's
just
right.
like, bro, like, we all just want to have a good time. I'm not here to get in a fight. Which is funny because we were in Hollywood Studios, and literally the day before, remember we saw the recording of a video in Toy Story Land?
Going at each
Yeah,
other
2
on
dads
the
were like
ground
on the
with
ground.
their kids watching in horror.
And I was like, oh my gosh. But to be a bystander though, man.
Yeah.
So that was funny. Oh, but we also saw a proposal in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Oh yeah, I
that was
forgot about
sweet.
That was really sweet. Remember
Yeah.
when I said, I can't remember if you said it or I said it. Either way, the joke was, wow, I really hope that's both of their thing. And
Oh,
not
yeah,
just
you
his
said that.
thing. Otherwise,
Yeah.
she's gonna be mad at him.
Well, I was like, oh, they must both really like Star Wars, and then you were like, well, we hope that
Yeah,
they
we
both
hope
really
so.
like it.
Yeah, that was sweet. Right in front of the Millennium Falcon,
Yep.
in front of a bunch of people, and then they like bowed.
It was just it was
I
funny
booed.
because it was at
Boo.
like 11 o'clock.
Should have been like, don't do it.
It was funny because
That would have been great. Don't do it. Don't do it. And you're just like, stop it.
please never be that
We
person.
just have to stand in line with those people, like, with the people the rest of the way, because we were doing the smugglers run.
But I was saying it was funny because it was at like 11 o'clock in the morning, which I just feel like, I don't know. I just feel like that's a random time.
Yeah, maybe they just want to be happy the rest of the day. I don't know.
That's true. I guess if you're already planning on it, might as well.
Yeah.
Maybe he was just too excited.
Yeah, he couldn't wait.
That's what I'll think that from now on. Anyways, so, do you want to do favorite rides
Favorite ride?
from each park and then least favorite? Or, well, that's like negative. Maybe
My favorite ride
top 3
was-
favorites.
Top 3 favorite. Number 1, Epcot Ball. Number 2.
What?
Uh,
The only one we got stuck in?
no, that's my least favorite.
And that's called Spaceship Earth.
Spaceship Earth. Ooh. No, my
Ooh.
favorite ride. I don't know.
Magic Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom.
Isn't it Space Mountain?
Space Mountain is really fun. Pirates is really fun. Splash
Splash
Mountain
Mountain.
is really fun. So those were, I guess, my top 3.
Hmm.
Buzz Lightyear was not as fun as I remembered. That kind
Yeah.
of hurt.
I think that happens to
My
everybody.
dumb child brain thought it was a lot cooler than it actually was.
That's why I kept telling you Toy Story Mania is like this times 10. Like,
yeah, it
it's-
was. Toy Story Mania might be top 3 of the entire place.
Really?
That's such a fun. Yeah,
That was really fun. It was
that's
we did that
one
twice.
That you can actually if you're good at it, like it rewards you.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just like random. Like I feel the light, like the other Buzz Lightyear one is. And I
that one's hard
twice at Toy Story Mania.
Yeah, we did that one twice. What were your top 3 favorites at Hollywood Studios?
Toy
Story Mania.
Toy Story Mania. What was the
Rise of the Resistance?
Oh, that one was really cool.
Oh yeah, that story.
They have top tier acting there.
That was funny.
Yeah, or I don't want to spoil too much about it because there's probably a lot of people that haven't done that ride. But essentially, you're kidnapped by what are the because you're the rebels.
Yeah,
the Order. You're kidnapped by the Order, or
the I don't know.
They have so many.
Yeah, there's
names.
like a new. I'm
You're
not into all the
the
new
emo
Star Wars.
guys.
Yeah, the
You're
Kylo Ren followers.
The space Nazis, yeah. And whenever your ship opens to reveal all the stormtroopers in the background, there's this guy that steps forward menacingly.
Mm-hmm.
And he was menacingly until words came out of his mouth. His delivery was as such. Is this all the Resistance has to offer?
Is this all the Resistance can do?
Please step this way. And we're like, oh, wow, that ruined it. It was just like, wow. I immediately felt bad for the guy. I was like, he's done this 30 times today. He has not had his lunch break yet. He's paid $8 an hour.
Yeah.
I felt bad for him. His outfit was cool, though. Everyone else, though, besides him was like really
they were
into
super
it, though. I don't
energetic.
want to spoil too much, but they were like all about it. Like, we got to get out of here.
Yeah.
The rebels are composed here.
Yeah.
It was fun stuff. I don't even like, I like Star Wars, but I thought it was like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's not my thing, I would say that.
Yeah.
Which we just watched all the Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we watched the original 3.
Yeah.
Which are good, I would say. They're not my favorites, but they're good.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I mean, they're from the 70s, so.
That doesn't mean anything. The 70s is like one of the best decades of film.
But, I mean, like it's like a extraterrestrial movie. So it's not going to look as like amazing.
I thought it looked better than the one we had just
No, that's
watching.
true.
No, the practical effects and the special effects aren't the issue with me at all.
Yeah. But
I think Luke is whiny. I don't like him.
I mean, I think everybody feels that way.
Which was kind of disappointing to watch this time. Han Solo's cool, though.
Yeah, Han Solo.
I don't like the incest stuff. I have a problem with that. It's very strange.
I do, too.
It's very odd.
I love to make you feel uncomfortable about it, too.
Yeah. Anyways. No, we started watching Phantom Menace, not last night, the night before.
Wow.
Because Erin and I were like, let's play
Lego Star Wars.
We got on Lego Star Wars, and the first world you have to do is Phantom Menace. And we were having a fun time playing it.
Yeah. And I'm not really a video game player. I just...
No, she's not. So
I have not played Lego Star Wars since I was a child, and
Neither did I.
It was so nostalgic. I had to.
You really liked playing as a kid.
Yeah,
I played them too. So let's play it together. So we're playing it. We're having a blast. You go, hey, I really want to watch Phantom Menace now.
Yeah.
I go, really? And you go, yes. I say, okay. And you go, can we watch it tonight? I go, oh, now. And so
whatever.
And so because I hadn't seen it since a kid. But
yeah.
I was like,
I just forgot everything that happened.
It's probably not as bad as people say
it
is. Then we started watching
it. Was
it
was horrible.
It is a lot worse. And we're only 40 minutes in.
Well, I think it raised our hopes that we had seen. What's the third one?
Revenge of the Sith. Which is actually a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I was like,
after the original 3.
And I guess that, I don't know. I don't have my hopes high for the second. What's the second one? Attack of the Clones.
Attack of the Clones.
But like, man, this first one was really bad, and I think Jar Jar Binks is like a main part of that. That's horrible.
No, he's all of it.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
so far we've watched 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like scenes are missing already. Things happen for no reason. Jar Jar Binks is insufferable. And the special effects, the practical effects look terrible. They look bad. Everything looks so
worse
fake.
Than the original trilogy, which is not bad. It's just like, that was the 70s. This is like 1999.
Yeah.
Like, what has happened? How did you regress?
Jar Jar Binks is... I can't believe that people just went with it and were like, this is a good idea. Now, I don't blame like the actors on set, because they were just like acting probably to like a tennis ball.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't know how like Jar Jar Binks would end up. but like,
man.
wow. Wow. It's bad.
Ugh.
It's bad. If you haven't seen it in a while, like, you should watch it just to get a kick out of it.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's
really
funny
liked.
bad.
I really liked like Padme, like Queen Amidala, and I was like, man, I totally forget like how she goes from like being Queen Amidala to being like a senator. So that's why I really wanted to watch it, because she was like one of my heroes or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like, wow.
Yeah. It's a fictional character in a space universe.
Well, Princess Leia was too. I dressed up as her.
I'm just joking.
I loved Princess Leia.
I'm just joking. I see all these Star Wars fans get so upset when you pick on one thing. I think it's so funny. I'm just joking. You could do that with like Lord of the Rings, and I'd get upset.
I love Lord of the Rings too, though.
I know. I was just joking.
I don't like Star Wars any more than I like Lord of the Rings. Really, I think I like Lord of the Rings more.
That's why I love you, and that's why I married you. No, that's not why.
But I like Indiana Jones too. Like, I love all these. These are all just childhood like.
Yeah,
trilogies.
But we gotta finish Phantom Menace so we can say we finished it. I remember the like Darth Maul bits being cool.
Mm-hmm.
I remember hating the pod racing segment even as a kid.
We can fast forward that.
Okay, and I know
I
Jar Jar
forgot
Binks
about
is still in a lot.
Yeah.
He's in a little bit of the second one too. So
I forgot about Darth Maul. I forgot all about him. I'm like, okay, I need to refresh
didn't
my
dress up as
memory.
him as a kid.
No.
You didn't shave your head.
No.
Walk out with red Sharpie all over you and be like, "Mom, Dad, look!" They just scream in terror. Devil child.
Anyways, so we need to get back to our your top 3 favorite rides.
Oh.
Animal Kingdom.
Wait,
did you finish? Did you finish Hollywood Studios?
Hollywood Studios? No, I don't think I listed anything. Oh wait,
Toy Story Mania.
Star Wars. I guess Tower of Terror. That was fun.
More than Slinky Dog Dash?
No, I like that one more actually.
You do?
Yeah, the line for it was just ridiculous.
It was insane.
Tower of Terror, Lightning Lane.
Which it's a new ride, so with new rides, like lines are always insane. Like people have to go through riding the ride.
That line was so long we didn't know like where.
Yeah, it was like confusingly
how it
long.
even worked.
Some of those lines
Space
at
Mountain was
Disney
the worst
World.
though, because we waited 3 hours.
It was, and the original wait time said 40 minutes.
Yeah,
it
lied.
Nuts. Anyways, but that's part of Disney, honestly. Even with buying the whole Lightning Lane,
it was worth it.
Disney Genie, but Animal Kingdom, you didn't get to ride Expedition Everest because they literally shut that down for refurbishment the day before we got there.
I've heard that one's overrated. So
no, it's like my favorite ride.
I've just heard.
But it'll be open again in April. So next time we go, it'll be open.
Next time we go, I definitely want to do that one. That sounds like the most fun one. It was a bummer that it was closed down.
I know.
Oh, that other one was closed down while we were there.
Rock and Roller Coaster.
And then
yeah,
the other one.
That was a bummer because it was just that day that we were in Hollywood Studios. It was closed down. Like I saw it open the day before and the day after. So I'm like, I don't know. That was kind of lame.
Yeah.
But we'll ride that one too. And so, what were your top 3 favorites in Animal Kingdom? Dinosaur?
Like the dinosaur ride. I like the safari that we went on.
Yeah.
It's not really a ride. I mean, it is technically.
Yeah.
Not like
you're
a
riding
coaster,
something.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun because it was really beautiful. It was a beautiful day. All the animals were like out and about. What were we did the rapids. We did Avatar. Avatar was cool, but that was a long line too.
Mm-hmm.
What else did we do at Animal Kingdom? Shoot, I guess I'd go with the Avatar ride over the rapid one, just because getting actually wet was not fun. I mean, it is like fun, but like
I promise it feels amazing on a hot summer day.
No, I bet,
it was just that it was like
it got cool that day, like right after.
It did, like right after we rode the ride, and we were both wearing pants, so we should have worn like athletic shorts, and then we would have been fine. But they were like cold and sticking to our legs, and the sun was just like non-existent.
Yeah. Oh, you know that couple? That couple that was behind us or in front of us that were on the ride?
The rapids?
Yeah. I remember the guy like talk. The girlfriend definitely wasn't listening, but he was a Bengals fan, and he kept talking about how he thought that they would do well in the playoffs, and they just made the Super Bowl. So, if you're listening out there, good for you, man.
Oh, I guess I tuned him out. I guess.
I just remember that just because I was just like eavesdropping. He was just.
What did you think when he said that?
I was like, Cowboys are going all the way.
Oh, okay.
No, I told you I thought they were gonna. Remember that?
Yeah.
You're like, do you think they're gonna win? I was like, no.
Yeah. Anyways, and Epcot test track.
Epcot test track, because we did that one twice.
That was
I
pretty
actually
fun.
really liked Finding Nemo Aquarium.
Yeah, I forgot about how cool that
That
was.
was really beautiful. And then
There's Soarin'.
Soarin', we did twice too. So probably
Yeah, because I wanted to do it 2 times. I really like that one.
that one is cool because Kronk comes out. He's like, I'm your pilot. I'm
Yeah.
your pilot. Wait, can I do it? Can you do a Kronk?
No.
Goose go. I'm trying to do one. It's hard to do. He's got such an iconic voice.
Yeah, he does.
He does so many characters. Goose go. Ah, that was terrible.
I know what you're going
Captain
for.
speaking. Yeah. He has that like deep voice.
Yeah. We did Living with the Land.
We did Living in the Land, which was boring. That's for nerds. I'm joking. No, that was cool.
It's cool how they do research at Epcot.
Yeah, no, it is cool that they do research at Epcot.
Agriculture,
I didn't know they did all that stuff. That was
aquaculture.
really cool
Yeah.
for nerds.
Sustainable farming.
Yeah. It's just funny to think, or them being like, "Oh, you should be conscious of like how much water is, you use and stuff, and like how you can do little things to like save the planet."
Did they really talk about that?
Yeah, you don't remember that? And I was just thinking, yeah, that's just ironic that like half the rides like.
Oh, I mean that's
wasting
true.
Water, but you kind of just have to like turn your brain off sometimes at Disney World.
Yeah, I was
be able to
focusing on
enjoy
the
things.
farming and like the vertical farming.
I was surprised at how good the food was there.
In
I thought
Disney?
it was going to be over. Because when I ate there as a child, I really don't remember it being that great.
Mhm.
But
It's
we ate
gotten
there, and
better.
It was really good.
like
it was worth. It was still expensive, but it was. I thought it was worth. We didn't pay for any drinks because we brought our own.
yeah.
We brought like chips and stuff.
Well, we got Starbucks. What do you mean? We got Starbucks like twice a day for some days.
That's because we were in Disney. We were enjoying life. We had to chug them because we had to get in line.
Yeah, and then that would make me feel sick. Why did we do that?
Erin has a weak stomach.
I do. I get very nauseous super
She was
easily. It's
gassy.
really not
I'm
good.
joking. She was not gassy.
No, I just like if we got on like a motion ride, like
Yeah, you
I
got
was
sick on like the lame Star Wars one.
the Star Tours because I chugged a whole grande coffee right before.
And it shook a little bit.
It
You're
just-
like,
It shook the whole time. It was a motion simulator. So I made sure when we got to Epcot, I was like, we have to do Mission Space first. If you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
And we did the green
We did
first
the
because
green.
I forgot. I was like, I don't know. I haven't been to Epcot since I was 14. So I just want to like make sure I'm okay. And we did the green. It was super easy and fine. And then we did the orange and I felt like I was going to die. And not that I felt nauseous. I just was like, I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Would you ever really go to space?
No, absolutely not. I would
If Jeff
be
Bezos
throwing up the whole
texted
time.
you? He has all our numbers. If
Oh.
Jeff Bezos texted you, no, he does probably.
No, yeah, probably. But like,
if he texted you, was like, "Hey, you want to come go to space?" You would say no.
absolutely.
I would say no too. I have no desire to go to space.
And I don't know the guy.
Yeah, I don't think that was pertinent. It was just a fun space question.
Okay. All right.
Wait, so if you did know the guy, you would?
No. I'm just saying that's
See?
like an extra.
He's bald.
Like-
You don't trust people who don't have hair.
Did you like Mission Space though?
That was a joke.
Yeah, I know.
You have to laugh so the audience knows. Otherwise, they think I'm being serious.
They need to know how our normal day-to-day interactions go. Like this.
That's true.
Did you like Mission Space though?
Which one is that?
The one I was just talking about.
With
orange and green?
The one the Epcot ball. No, it was it was okay. I wouldn't do it again. I felt like I was just in space camp.
Plus, then I Googled it and it said that some people
Yeah, it says
had
people
died
actually died days
from
later.
like complications from it, and I'm like,
Yeah, so I'm definitely not doing that again.
it kind of just shakes you up real bad, like
Yeah.
for me. And they warn you a lot because like it's all
They
over
do.
the place. They're like, this is really
They show a
intense.
video, and
Yeah.
then like people before you go in are like, "Hey,
Yeah.
if you don't want to do this, you can leave now."
Yeah. I don't really get sick on rides, except for like if I chug a whole Starbucks and then get on a motion simulator that's just shaking me. But like for me, that was just like, I don't know, it just kind of scared me. So I guess I'm a baby. You can call me a baby, but
I don't think you're a baby.
I mean, what's funny is like I remember going on the ride when I was like 13 and I was totally fine. And then like here I am 10 years later. I'm 23 and I'm Googling stories about people dying on it. So
how time flies.
yes. So, but yeah, the food is really good. And we just ate at like quick service places because we would eat dinner. We would I think Hollywood Studios, we were at the park for 12 hours because we were there from 9 when they opened to 9 at night when they closed. And like, eating was very like on the back burner for us because we were just like, let's go do all these rides. Like we got Starbucks like for snacks and like extra energy. And then like we ate dinner kind of on the way home or like when we got back to the condo or just kind of whatever we felt like doing.
Oh, we were so happy before all our car troubles. We're still happy. We're very blessed. We're blessed people. What are you doing?
I have a bruise, but you can't see it, but it just really hurts. And I just hate.
No,
it's from a dog today.
From what?
It's from a dog today, and it hurt me so bad. But like my skin does not bruise. Look at this. You don't see anything, do you? See. I wish my skin would bruise so that I didn't look like a wimp. But it actually hurts to the touch. It just, you can't see anything. Anyways.
You don't look like a wimp. You sound like one. This is an audio podcast.
No. So, you would go back to Disney?
I'd have to think about it. Pray on it.
I knew you were going to say that.
Universal's great.
That'd be fun.
I would go back to Disney World in a heartbeat. It was a blast.
Yeah.
With you, specifically. No one else.
Yeah. Because did we mention you'd been to Magic Kingdom before?
Yeah, I'd been to Magic Kingdom
about 10
before,
years
but
ago.
Not any of the other quadrants in the park I'd been to.
So that was really fun getting to show you like the rest of it and stuff. And like there were a bunch of rides that I hadn't been on before that were new, so it was really fun getting to do that with you too, just to experience new things. Super fun.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I can be sweet sometimes. So
I'd love to see it one day.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about a lot of stuff. We went on for an hour. I didn't think we'd go that long. Since it's so late at night. It's 9:00 right now. I'll probably release this sometime tomorrow.
Really?
I will. Will you share it?
If you tag me this time.
Okay, listen, I don't know how Instagram works. Stop.
Last time, you go on and like list every guest you've ever had on your podcast, and then you don't even list me. And then you're like, share it. And I was like, I can't share your story. I was like, I cannot share your story because I'm not tagged.
This was a good episode, though. I feel like people relate to car trouble, and I feel like if people are interested in Disney, they'll listen. Yeah.
Can we address that, by the way?
Address what?
The people that hate on Disney and Disney World, like 99% of the time they've never been. I really honestly have never met somebody who's been to Disney World who says they hate it.
Okay, wait. Can we clarify that we are not Disney weirdos?
No, we're not Disney weirdos, but like how can you not have a good time at Disney World and not like, did you have a childhood if you didn't watch Disney movies? Like,
well, I think it's fine for people to be like, like I've been, it's not really my thing, but like it's cool that other people have fun doing that. But there are some people that are like, psh, that's for babies.
Yeah. What are you, a kid?
Stupid. What are you, a baby? What are you, a little baby that poops their pants? It's like, no, like
we witnessed a proposal there. Like there's people that like love to go there for honeymooning. Like I preferred to go to the beach for our honeymoon.
I just like doing the rides and stuff.
Yeah.
I like Disney.
It's a fun trip.
So Erin's made her point.
Yeah.
That's the most passionate I've ever seen her. And
yes,
I'm married to her.
Gets me going. Because there were just, I feel like there is a larger portion now in my life of people who
that are just negative.
Look down. Yeah, like a negative, like look down on, oh, you went to Disney. Okay. Like didn't even ask how it was. Like, yeah. I'm not going to point anybody out, but it's just like, okay. Like, you're not any better than me because you don't like Disney.
No, yeah, people do that all the time. I think that's really a really popular thing to do right now. Is go against the mainstream. Be like, oh, you like that? Psh, I don't. Like, like Star Wars. Like some people brag about having never seen a Star Wars movie or an MCU movie. They're like, psh, yeah, I've never seen one of those before.
It's like, congrats.
It's like cool. Like that's not a thing to brag about. Like if it's not your thing, that's fine. But don't like brag about like not liking something.
And I'm not trying to push Disney on people and make them just like scream in happiness. What?
It's Scientology.
What?
I was thinking about him today. I'm glad you mentioned him. I was just like, how can we let him get away?
Yeah, why is he like just this normal member of society that people just are like, oh, he's a cool actor. Like no, he's a crazy nutcase.
Sometimes I just sit there and I just think about it. I'm like the Aaron Paul meme from Breaking Bad. How could he keep getting away with this? I can't keep getting away with this. Like it doesn't make any sense. But anyways,
if you love Disney, great. If you don't, great too. But don't hate on it.
I feel like if I was just thinking like in the little info box where I'm like, Sampley Baranaga sits down with his wife, talk about this and this. If I put Tom, and they talk about Tom Cruise and his Scientology views, I guarantee like, I bet I would get an email or I'd get an ad for like a Scientology thing.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
I guarantee.
I bet so.
They're listening right now. But no, Disney's great. And if you've never been, you should go.
Just give it a try.
It is expensive, but if you go like with just two people like you and me did, like that's
and
the
eat
perfect
cheap.
time.
Besides Starbucks, splurge on Starbucks.
Yeah,
eat
splurge on
cheap.
Starbucks if you're a coffee. By the way, I never drank coffee, and then you introduced me to the Irish cream cold brew, which that is the most like divine, delicious drink.
I like the pumpkin cream cold brew better.
I don't like that.
You
more
like
I drink
it.
that one, the more I can't drink a whole thing of it because I'm just like but like a couple sips are like this is pretty good, but I can't drink a whole thing of that.
Yeah, it's the same way for Irish cream cold brew for me.
You're just saying that to be difficult.
No,
like we were just talking about people who are difficult for no reason.
Oh, the Disney haters. Yeah, but yeah, it's doable.
I feel
like it's Disney's. I feel like Disney's doable to do like. Not cheap, but like on a budget.
It's not as expensive as you think it'd be. It's like a little less than I thought it'd be.
Yeah.
But you just have to be smart about it.
And save.
And
like
save
start
money.
save. Like you can't just go like tomorrow, unless you
and make
have
sure
a ton
you
of money.
reserve your tickets.
Yeah, make sure to reserve them ahead of time. And right now, Disney tip for anybody who cares, probably maybe nobody, but
bring a gun.
What?
No. For self-defense. No, don't do that. That's terrible.
We bought Genie Plus in case anybody is going anytime soon. We bought Genie Plus for Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios because Hollywood Studios is popping right now. There's so many people there. I know that make you laugh. I was watching you when I said that.
It is popping now.
No, there was an insane amount of people there. But then Animal Kingdom and Epcot, I would not buy Genie Plus for a while until those get some more people.
Yeah,
because
no one's listening this far into the podcast, but
and that is also a help from my aunt as well, who went the week before we did. She said the same thing, recommended that.
Yeah.
I figured the same thing. So if you want to save money that way, just buy Genie Plus for those two parks and not the other two for right now.
But you cannot Lightning Lane a ride twice in the same day, which is dumb.
We found out the hard way.
Because you used to do that with Fast Pass.
Yes. Everything is kind of changed. So if you're wondering how the new system works, it's really not as good as the old Fast Pass simple system was. But that's a kind of a way around it. And yeah. Cool.
Can I speak now?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, that was the.
What was that?
I was just trying to mimic you.
Okay.
That's what you should do, like Andy Bernard. That's what you do when you're trying to get people to like you. You just mimic them. Remember from The Office? When he just starts doing that with Michael? I thought you were this big Office fan. Andy Bernard.
Who?
A fictional character from the
I'm just kidding.
All right, that's the end of the podcast. Oh, wait. subscribe on YouTube. You can listen to this podcast, share with your friends on Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcast, Stitcher. The only place it's not on is like iHeartRadio and like Pandora, because I don't think people actually use those. And thanks for listening.
Sayonara.
Stay tuned.